I have to tell you, I did not see this one coming today. 2 days after House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy named his 5 Republican choices to sit on the Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection, Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected 2 of those choices. Congressman Jim Banks and Jim Jordan, both of whom voted to overturn the election in the hours after the mob ransacked the Capitol. Pelosi explaining in a statement, quote, with respect for the integrity of the investigation, with an insistence on the truth, and with concern about statements made and actions taken by these members, I must reject the recommendations of the representatives. The unprecedented nature of January 6 demands this unprecedented decision. Minority Leader McCarthy responded by yanking the rest of his selections from the committee and claiming, in fact, Pelosi is responsible for politicizing the investigation instead of the Republicans who actively encouraged the insurrection.
It's an egregious abuse of power. Pelosi has broken this institution. Pelosi has created a sham process. Unless Speaker Pelosi reverses course and seats all 5 Republicans, we will not participate.
They voted against a bipartisan commission. I feel duty-bound to reiterate that. The thing is, even if Kevin McCarthy takes his ball and goes home, the committee will still be bipartisan because Speaker Pelosi named Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney to the committee. And Cheney was not having any of McCarthy's lies about who's to blame here.
At every opportunity, the minority leader has attempted to prevent the American people from understanding what happened, to block this investigation. And the rhetoric around this from the minority leader and from those 2 members has been disgraceful. This must be an investigation that is focused on facts. And the idea that any of this has become politicized is really unworthy of the office that we all hold and unworthy of our republic.
Did you personally urge the speaker to take this step?
I agree with what the speaker has done.
I'm joined now by 2 excellent reporters who've been tracking this story all day. Sahil Kapur is an MSNBC News national political reporter, and Olivia Beavers, congressional reporter for Politico, who covers House Republicans. Sahil, let me start with you. And again, before we get to today, I just feel the need to reset. There was a long negotiation between Benny Thompson and John Katko in the Homeland Security Committee that we tracked for months to work out the details of a bipartisan commission, equal subpoena power, equal members on the committee. John Katko signed off on it. Kevin McCarthy then came out against it. It passed the House. McConnell's Republicans vetoed it by a filibuster in the Senate. That led us to where we are now. It just seems like that history can't be lost on anyone on the Hill of either side.
Chris, I think you're right to note that Kevin McCarthy has moved the goalposts here. When the year began, he said the former president, Donald Trump, bears some responsibility for the January 6th attack. He called for an investigation into it and said, yes, but Speaker Pelosi, please give us equal representation. Please make sure that Republicans have equal say in subpoena power and that the GOP members of the committee simply can't be steamrolled. One by one, Pelosi ultimately made those concessions. McCarthy tapped his ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee, John Katko, to negotiate that out. They came to a deal. McCarthy ultimately said no, he doesn't support that because he wants the scope of that investigation to extend beyond the January 6th attack. He wants to also investigate other forms of political violence associated with the left. That was a deal breaker for Speaker Pelosi, and that is where it all fell apart. I should note here, Chris, 35 House Republicans did vote for that. 7 Senate Republicans did vote for that commission. But now the choice had become for Democrats, when Republicans were not going to give the bipartisan imprimatur to this, Democrats were going to be accused of running a sham process regardless of what happened. This decision by Speaker Pelosi, according to Democrats close to this process, is about her choosing to keep Republicans off the committee that she believes are going to be running interference on behalf of former President Trump, specifically Jim Jordan and Jim Banks, who she believes were linked to individuals and or meetings associated with the January 6th attack, Chris.